Okay, hello everybody. Yes, I'm Isunamitch, and this is like explaining video. Um, I must say, first of all, actually, I'm from French Canada, Quebec. If you don't know where it is, you can look it up. It's in Canada, Eastern Canada. Um, So speaking French, usually I speak English fluently. I've been I've been losing a little bit of English since I stopped working due to injury recently, and this channel actually focuses on my Japanese pet, and I want to you know for those guys who may know me, actually, I want to move to Japan. I speak a little bit Japanese, so that's what I want to talk about. First of all, so yeah, I have an accent, and a little bit sorry about this because you guys may not understand me very well. Of course, I'll try to improve the microphone quality and camera quality with time. So this is a first try. So I want to explain a little bit my pad. There's some people who already know me, and even if you met me before, you may not know a lot about me. And for those who don't know me, actually, this is a presentation video. So yeah, I have this YouTube channel since a very long time, but I've not put it all the videos I wanted to over the years, over my all my travels in Japan. To make a long story short, actually, I graduated college in 25 here in Montreal, and after that, I didn't continue into university, or I didn't work in my field of studies, unfortunately. But since 2011, well, since college, actually, I met a lot of people who loves anime and draws anime and love Japanese culture. And I was brought up together with them. And in college, I really like the anime stuff at the beginning, like cute anime and Ghibli movies and all kinds of stuff. I cannot remember all the names of the anime and stuff. Initial D, actually, when I discovered Initial D, that was a huge um, wake up for me. Actually, a huge thing for me, and I started loving Japan so much, and I wanted to know more about the culture and especially the cars. You know, if you look a little bit of my channel, you've seen a lot of cars here at my home in Canada, and Japanese cars for the most part. And I really, really love the Japanese cars. So this make me the connection with Initial D and One Gun Midnight and all the other animes and arcade games and stuff. I really liked the cars and started to make connection between the cars I already own and Japanese culture and anime and stuff like that. Eventually growing into wanting to learn the language and more about everyday life in Japan. And so yeah, after college, I spent a little bit of a few years working here in between at my village in Canada in my hometown. There's not a lot of stuff here, but there's BRP, which makes snowmobiles and ATVs, Sea-Doo, Skidoo. You may know the name. Oh yeah, I have the T-shirt here. It says Can-Am. Maybe it's reversed because of in reverse because of camera. But yeah, I've worked for a BRP dealership since 2010, and other parts kind of it's not related to cars and automobiles and stuff like that. But it's a motorsports, and I like the bikes and stuff like that. Snowmobile a little bit. We had many snowmobiles before. So yeah, I always stayed connected with motorsports, and since 2010, yeah, after I started working there, I had some vacation time available. So in 2011, I made my way my first trip to Japan. Thanks to my one of my friends. One of my friends actually invited me to where whatever this long story. But this person actually invited me to the place they live, and they had some vacation time, or I don't remember exactly that they had half time from studying in Tokyo. So I went around in Tokyo. I already had some other friends I knew from Friends Connection already living in Japan from at the time. So I kind of uh, I have the opportunity to visit some of them and see them at that time in 2011. This was after the March 2011 earthquake and tsunami. So in August, this was really hot weather. As you may know, actually, Japan get really warm in the summer, and it was a whole experience for me, and I was really glad to have made that first trip to Japan. And this was like my second wake up experience, kind of kind of thing. I was really glad to be there and enjoy it with my friends, and I traveled around a little bit. Technology wasn't super at the time, we didn't have smartphones and stuff like that. But I managed my way around and learned a lot of things thanks to my friends, and they helped me go around the city, and we went out for many things actually. And second trip was in 2013. Third trip in 2014. I met some other friends. I stayed at other friends' places, and then actually I decided to make my way to spend 1 year in Japan on a working holiday visa. This was really like my fourth time in Japan, and I was really glad to be able to make it into Japan on a working holiday because I was turning 30 years old in 2015. So I made all the necessary procedures and went to Japan in September 2015. I came back to Canada in September 2016, and yeah, that was like my third um, the third time I really experienced the third most important experience in my life concerning Japan. Actually, I worked there with a lot of people. I made a lot of friends on working holiday. There's still a lot of friends I keep in touch with from working in the hotels and ski resorts. I have a very important friend. I want to say hi, and she's living in Nagoya now. We work we work we worked a lot together, and my subsequent trips to Japan, I met with her and a lot of other people too. So yeah, after that, yeah, this was a great experience. I recommend to everybody, if you have the chance to go on a working holiday in Japan, do it. It's really eye opening experience on culture and how to live there. I made some mistakes for of course we cannot learn everything at the same time. So obviously I made a little bit of some mistakes and some readjustment, and it was really a work for working myself and trying to find myself out, and was really an eye-opening experience. I really liked it. And so from then on, I was like, I want to live in Japan. That's what I want to do, even though there's some stuff I'm not really familiar with, and I know it's gonna be difficult. Japanese language, as you know, is really difficult to learn. Um, but I learned a lot when I was there, and I continue to improve a little bit afterwards, and I went back in 2017. I went back in 2018 and 2019, and I was supposed to go back in 2020, but as you know, some stuff happened since then. So I couldn't go to Japan again since that time. I really, really miss my friends there, and I'm planning like in the introductionary video, introduction to the video, you see a little bit of my plans, and well, it's written it's fall 2023. I'm actually at university right now. I've done a translation certificate, French English. I really managed to uh, do translation in both languages, vice versa. I'm not translating Japanese at the moment, but I hope it's gonna come soon, sooner or later. And I'm actually right now I'm completing a history certificate at university, Sherbrooke University in Quebec, and I'm doing a multi-disciplinary bachelor right now. So the third certificate is going to be in Japan. I'm planning and I'm looking at the necessary procedure to go do my third certificate in Japan, learning Japanese language thoroughly and learning Japanese culture and other subject. I'm gonna be going probably in Nagoya, most probably actually. So you see me talking about this and see in the video that I'm gonna do a kind of a preparation. I'm gonna try to show you guys what I'm gonna do until then, until fall 2023. As you know, I have a lot of cars to take care of. I have a lot of things to take care of, and I cannot explain it in um, straight away. It's really there's really a lot of stuff to talk about. But one thing I want to point out, you see, this is ISUNA Japan 8.1 video, 8.01 or something. I don't know how I'm gonna call it. But why it's the 8 part? Why? You ask him. It's because it's gonna be the eighth time I'm gonna go in Japan, and it's the previous time I didn't put a lot of videos, obviously, but I do want to share with you guys the past videos I've taken in Japan, and that's why it's gonna go on like first trip, second trip, third trip, fourth, and so on. So there's gonna be some videos dating back to 2011, and even before that, some things I've done concerning my life, concerning cars, and you've seen some cars going by in the introduction of my videos, and that was prior to 2011. Actually, some cars I've mended with my brother, and I fixed with my brother. We bought and sold, and there's so many actually. I cannot talk about all of them at the same time. So yeah, that's why it's part 8, and this is kind of preparation. And I want to make this. I want to share with some people if you got a question into moving in Japan, that concern what I'm going to talk about in each and every video. Please don't hesitate to make some comments. Send a message maybe if I don't respond, because I'm really 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 busy. I cannot read all the comments, but I will kind of try to. If there's 1,000 comments, I may not have the time, but if there's 20 comments, maybe I'm gonna be able to read all of them. So so that's right. Today it's only introductionary video. I want to take time to talk about the things I like. Take time to talk about who I am and what I'm going, where I'm going. So yeah, I come from a family in rural Canada and always lived in the countryside. I really like countryside living. Um, Going to Tokyo, it was a huge experience, and I've studied in Montreal City, and I stayed in Montreal City. I lived in Montreal for a long time, but I came back to the countryside. I wouldn't say I don't like the city, but I'm a countryside guy, and we learn to do many things ourselves, and I really like the living style. So yeah, I hope to find that again in Japan, and I've learned about I've learned a lot about countryside living in Japan, and yeah, my back hurts a little bit. I got an injury in spring, and so I'm off work right now, and I'm trying to recover because the ribs are in front, and heart section is terribly hurting me as hell. And every day it's a struggle. I've lost like mobility with my left side arm and hand. So every day I'm doing exercise to take back control of my home body, but it's going fine. It's going fine. There's still a lot of work to do, but I cannot do everything I want to do. So yeah. So what else could I tell you about? It's the afternoon here. It's Wednesday. Um, it's yeah. I've been to college like in 2003. Well, 2003. It was a long time ago. I'm not a young guy. It's been a long time. I've been studying, reading everything about Japan. Like I don't know history. I had history courses in university, Japanese history courses, and prior to that, I had read a lot of stuff and everything about containing Japan word Japanese or whatever relates to Japan. I've read a lot of stuff related to Japan, so of course we're gonna miss some stuff somewhere around the past, somewhere along. It's not possible to know about everything. Even if you ask me some questions, I may not be able to answer, or I'm gonna say I'm gonna find the answer eventually, or let's try to find it online. Somebody has taken care of the subject already. It's possible. I'm not a demigod or a god. There is some YouTuber that have experience in Japan. They have lived in Japan for longer than me. I tried to stay in Japan before, and like people always say to me, "Oh, you like Japan? Why don't you move there?" Well, I'm in the process to. I mean, I could have entered university like 15 years ago, but I couldn't. I didn't have the means. It was not the right time. I wasn't in the right spot, in the right situation. I didn't really know what to do in life, for example. So yeah, so I started my bachelor in 2018, and I was like, I've got to do something. I got to go to university. I chose translation because I'm kind of fluent in English, and I really like to translate stuff for people. I have some translation experience before, so I tried to make a profit. Well, not a profit, but I have used my skill to translate stuff for people before, and it wasn't easy. I couldn't say it was easy to go into university as a 35 years old. Um, certainly wasn't easy, but comparing to the experience I've got and seeing all the young people entering university and having not a lot of life experiences as I do have. It's fun to share what I know and my previous experience with them. But I see that they have something lacking a little bit because young people, well, it's better learning I think it's better learning at my age, at this stage. You really know what you want to do. You really know what you're going into, and you have life experience to back it up, and you're gonna study some stuff, and you're gonna know about something already from before and apply this, and there's a lot of ideas coming all together, as thinking as well when I compared to when I was younger myself, 2005. It's, for example, when I got out of college, I didn't have that much experience. I, I couldn't imagine what it would be like to go in at university at that time. Um, Maybe I wouldn't have succeeded. I wouldn't have chose a subject maybe wisely that as had recently, and this is in part due to my personal life, personal experience, and my um family things. Actually, my dad was diagnosed with celiac disease. So basically, at home we gotta eat gluten free since that time, since 2011. Yeah, I started a gluten free diet, and from after that we started following the same diet altogether, to avoid cross contamination and stuff like that. So this was really something that went on into my life. I really liked, and that helped me a lot, because gluten free food, actually, you have no wheat, you have no barley, and my dad believed that everybody has the same problem with those two cereals, and the gluten. But I think it's at different stages. People react differently, and I can only speak for myself. Actually, I have the experience of eating gluten free since 2013, most for the most part. Of course, I've been to Japan again, and I've been to McDonald's. I've been to many places, and didn't really eat gluten free because I'm not celiac diagnosed person, so it's okay for me to eat some anyway. But I didn't see a huge difference. I did see a huge difference between the two, like normal diet and gluten free diet. For me, gluten free diet, I like it better because I'm gonna eat gluten free, and I'm gonna be more energetic. I have more energy. I can focus real better. My lucidity, like you take a coffee and you see everything in big. I cannot describe it. It's like I've been back to Montreal after turning gluten free, and I've lived in Montreal before, and someplace I went to, and I was like, I didn't see that before. Where was I? What did I do? What happened? I've seen so much stuff I didn't knew before, and I wasn't aware of. It's completely crazy. It's so hard to describe. It's like lucidity is at a record high since that time, and and just going, like, I don't know. I'm going to shop into Costco, and people are just going around slowly, and I speed my way all over them, and I avoid all of the shopping carts and avoid all the obstacles without thinking about it. It's like I'm seeing everything on the sides. Everybody, as I could describe everybody in the skimp of a second. It's I could even tell how many people I've saw, how many people are in Costco and what they're buying. I don't care, but it's lucidity at its maximum. It's crazy. It's a sensory experience. Maybe it's not for everybody, but with my baggage and what I learned and worked about myself in 2015, 2016, when I was living in Japan, it was a huge experience, and I worked a lot on myself. And I'm not sure I'm gonna be able to explain all of this to everybody in my videos, but let me tell you, it's eating gluten free has done really great for me. I cannot read. I cannot really explain nutritionally what's happening. I don't know. It happened like that for me. It's doing good. It's all I can say. It's maybe it's not for you. Maybe it's not for everybody. Maybe you eat gluten free and you won't see a difference. So it's a process. It's biological. I cannot explain about it. It's just personally, I avoid wheat and barley. I know people people are gonna say, oh, living in Japan is gonna be difficult to find wheat free food and barley free food, and I'm aware of that. I'm totally aware of that. But since a number of years, I learned to cook by myself. I use a lot of raw ingredients, raw vegetables, raw meat, and soy, and everything. I can eat pretty much everything. I can drink pretty much any alcohol I want, as long as it doesn't as long as it doesn't contain wheat or barley. That's the only thing. People are gonna ask me, "Oh, can you eat rice? Can you eat that? Can you really eat something like that?" Yeah. Well, as long as it doesn't contain wheat. Sometimes the package is gonna say it may contain wheat. This item has been processed in a factory that process wheat or some stuff like that. Maybe I'm gonna eat it anyway because the main thing doesn't contain wheat, and I'm not that much affected, and it's not something absolute. People are gonna say, "Oh, you really got to avoid it," and I'm not. I do not suffer from severe celiac disease or severe symptoms. Sometimes I'm just gonna go to Burger King and eat something because I'm starving and a little depressed. And I don't care. I just want to eat, and I'm gonna eat the burgers with the buns and wheat, and I won't really care because I'm really freaking hungry. So sometimes I'm gonna do that, and I know I'm not gonna feel well. My stomach is gonna feel unwell a bit, and the next day I'm gonna be a little bit slow, maybe thinking, but I know about it. I know what's happening within my body. You got to learn your own limitations, your own body, and you know. I had just spent more time talking about gluten than other stuff, and I'm sorry about that. I just don't want to talk about it much. It's a personal thing, but it's just I want to show you. I want to tell you that it made something for me, for my lucidity. My everyday life has been completely changed because of that. It has changed because of my many trips in Japan. I really liked it, and I worked a lot on myself, and everything helped me out a lot with eating gluten free. Of course, I couldn't eat always gluten free in Japan, and it's normal. It's totally normal. But we're getting better and better, and my my nutrition has helped me a lot into focusing on university, studying at university, and it's gonna improve more and more. I'm gonna learn Japanese. I know it's gonna be hard. I know a lot about Japanese language already, but I gotta improve. And I'm going to study professionally in Japan. I know it's gonna help. It's gonna not gonna be easy. It's not gonna be top notch. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to translate everything properly after that professionally, but I know it's gonna be good for me, and it's gonna be good for living in Japan afterwards. I'm gonna be able to apply to pretty much any job in Japan afterward because I'm gonna have my bachelor's. So yeah, that sums us up. This is a long video. I'm sorry for chattering about, but see you again. Stay cool. In the meantime, stay cool.